People, great Biafrans, wherever you are, on the face of this very planet, once again, this very glorious evening of the 21st day, Sunday the 21st day of June, in the year of our Most High Elohim, Chukwukika Biama Premi Henine 2020, with the time now standing at exactly 6 minutes past 7 p.m. in the blessed land of Biafra. I welcome each and every one of you, and as I do so, I will, or should I say, should encourage you to welcome all those who are around you. Because this very live presentation is going out to you in every time zone on the surface of this very planet. If you are dedicated, if you are serious, if you want to extricate yourself from the pain and the suffering, if you want to escape the damnability of the Zoological Republic, you must be listening to us at this precise moment. If you are not, you are doing yourself a great disservice. Here we have come to preach the truth, unadulterated gospel of redemption. Some may not like it. As I said during my last broadcast of precisely 7 days ago on Sunday, I did say that it was Armageddon. After that very broadcast, that things will no longer be the same. And once again, we have been proven right, and things are not the same. All the workers of iniquity, all those who are blinded by what I call religious buffoonery, they have all been confounded. They are running from pillar to post. They are confused, as I knew they would be confused, because they cannot see in the spirit. They are blind. Things of the spirit are lost on them. But this very day we shall continue. As I said during my earlier post, if you know that those of you who are, or should I say, weak constitution are listening, then I will seriously encourage you to disengage, because the program tonight, it may not be as hot as it was 7 days ago, but I can assure you it won't make for palatable listening for a great majority of you. But we must proceed all the same. I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because the whole world is listening. The whole world is listening. Before I came here on air, I did get a confirmation from Facebook that they are seriously suppressing and interrupting, should I say, people visiting to my page. They are doing all they can to make our work impossible, but they will always fail as they have failed previously. We are live on satellite. Those of you with strong decoder should be able to listen to us, which is what most of you are using anyway. If you are in Biafra land, you will listen to us. If you're fortunate enough, via FM, one of our CHKs that is broadcasting in the land of Biafra. If you have a smart device, which most of you do have, you can listen to me by going to my page on Facebook, Mazen Namdekano. I have nearly about, say, 300,000 likes, so you shouldn't be able to miss it. There are a few other ones set up by DSS to try to lure people away, to try to confuse people, but have failed. The same way that every enemy we encounter crumbles, that is how they ought to have crumbled. We are also on Radio Biafra app, and very soon we are also going to be on IPOB app as well. Right now we are on Radio Biafra app. You can get us via tuning. You can also get us via Sweet Radio. You can get us via all these names I'm mentioning. Just Google them. Log in. Just search for Radio Biafra. You'll be listening to my voice immediately. Some of us have decided to stream us live also on YouTube, which I understand is the means through which most of you are listening. And I will encourage you to also go to Ghana Radio as well. In all these places, you will be able to hear us this evening live and direct. I say evening because of where I'm domiciled this evening, the same time as you have in the land of Biafra. My name is MNK. I am the leader of IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra all over this planet. We are in over 100 countries and counting. We are the largest mass movement on the surface of this very earth. But no, we are the juggernaut, unstoppable. There is nothing anybody can do, not now, not ever. We are unstoppable. Our march is towards Biafra, to restore Biafra, nothing more, nothing less. And this very generation of IPOB will accomplish it. Do you want to know why we will accomplish it? Because we always put Chukwuka first. God Almighty in heaven is number one. That is why we worship Him and Him alone. That is why we bow not down before any idol. And I'm a Pharisee. I don't worship idol. And because of that, Elohim said, as long as you proclaim my name in every truth and every honesty, Biafra will come in your time. And because his words are yea and amen, anything he says must come to pass. That is why we have stuck on, stubbornly onto this path of redemption, in truth and in every honesty. That heaven and earth may bear us witness that they came and they proclaimed the salvation of God Almighty in heaven. Their cries and their prayers were listened to, and they were set free. When I say that this is the last miracle on the face of this very earth, I meant it. And with everything that's happening around us, you now understand the enormity of the task that awaits us. What we must do to be free. While we are gathered this evening, morning, afternoon, night, depending on where you are. Because for those in Japan, I think it's about 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. For those in Malaysia, Indonesia, I think maybe it's about 2 a.m. in the morning or thereabout. For those of you in Los Angeles, it is 10 a.m. in the morning of Sunday. That's how it is, because the world keeps rotating all the time. When it is your morning in your time zone, it could be somebody's tea time, it could be somebody's breakfast, it could be somebody else's dinner, somewhere. That's how the world rolls. It waits for no one. When they say time waits for no one, it's because regardless of what happens, the earth will keep rotating around the sun. It will never stop. Every blessed day, and over 1,000 miles per hour. But you don't feel it. Because the grace and the miracle of creation is with us. Elohim is with us, and we must worship Him. This very evening, as we've always done. But I'm going to pray a slightly different prayer in the language of heaven. Igbo language is the language of heaven. The oldest language on the face of the earth by none. Everything I say, I have proof. I don't say something that I don't know. Everything that I say, there is proof. And I'm also going to give it to some of you tonight. Should you dare or challenge me? And I'm going to pray. I won't make a prayer. It is a prayer, of course, because we're requesting something from heaven. We are going to pray a prayer of the 10 Commandments. And do you know why we pray this prayer? Because even those that founded the USA, United States of America, if you go to some areas in the USA, you see the tablets proclaiming the 10 Commandments. And why is it very important that we pray, alluding to the 10 Commandments? Because that will be the very basic foundation upon which Biafra will rest. I repeat, the 10 Commandments of God that nobody disputes, even Islam, everybody believes in it. That is the pillar upon which we are going to rest this Biafra. That is my promise to God in heaven. And this evening I will affirm it. Biafra will be a godly nation. Secular, yes. Because we can practice what I want to practice, but it must be anchored on God. We don't answer one for nothing. We don't call ourselves for nothing. It is for a purpose, a divine purpose. That purpose is that Biafra will come in our time. And the pillars that will hold Biafra is the mercy of God Almighty in heaven. Unashamedly, I proclaim, because I know the whole world is listening. They want to know what type of Biafra we're going to build. And I'm telling them this very day that Biafra will be a godly nation, anchored on the core values and principles surrounding the Ten Commandments that was given to Moshe on Mount Sinai. Unashamedly so, I say. And please, if you bow down your heads, wherever you are, we are going to pray. Our enemies are not resting. We don't expect them to rest, but we must continue to preach this very gospel, the gospel of redemption, our honesty, this very gospel of freedom. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ ime ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa nwa anyị na-efe na isi anyị. Onye ike niile nọ n'ọbara aka n'ọbara anyị a na-achị. Onye na-epụrụ ndị izu epụrụ ha azụ. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ ihe nke na-acha n'ime ndị anụpụta ike taa. Ụmụ ka maka ụwa niile na-ege ntị onye nwe anyị. Anyị wezie ha ozi nke iziri anyị na mmụọ anyị gbasaa. Ịsa anyị na-atụgwu anyị asụla ngọngọ, anyị alaghị azụ. Anyị na-egwu mmadụ ọbụla. N'ihi na eziokwu gị ga-adịrịrị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. N'ọkakwa mma na eluigwe n'ụwa wee bịa n'isi njedebe, mana ọ bụla okwu wee bịa na mmezu na nke bere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-akpụ isi ala wee na-aja ya ma wee na-ebuli gị elu na-asị nwunye Chineke na dị ngọzi. Ụmụ iwe na-akpọgbu n'ụwa niile na-asị na ede nsọ Chineke nna. Anyị wee na-ekpere gị ekpere n'uhuru ụfọdụ n'ime anyị ọtụtụ anyị oge n'ọba n'ime anyị asị anyị wee na-arịọ ama gị na ebere gị na mma gị ọmịiko gị ebe ụmụ gị n'ụwa niile bụ ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra ihe gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka ụzọpụta anyị n'aka ajọ ihe ka ị were aka nri nke ezi omume wee kwagide ụmụ IPOB ebe ọbụla ha nọ n'elu ụwa nna nke bere dị ngọzi wee gọzie ọlụ ka ha wee je ha onwe ha n'ezinụlọ ha tụmadụ ndị nna niile ebe ọchịchịta ụbọchị ncheta ndị nna onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe biko gbaa ha ume nye ha nkasi obi nyekwa ha ikikere nye ha mmụọ nke eziokwu nye ha ezi mmụọ nke nghọta ka ọ ga-abụ ha n'eziokwu na nke bere ka ha wee nabata ya na wee na-akpọkọ uwe na-arịọghị nna nke igwe na-asị na anyị ekwupụta ụwa niile wee ya nụrụ na Biafra na-abịa dịka isi wekwa anyị na nkwa anyị na-akpọkọ uwe na-asị ị ga-enye anya n'ime afọ anyị na n'ime ị ga-enye anyị Biafra n'ime afọ a ndị weta na n'ime nye na Chineke n'ihi iji obodo kwesịrị isi ma anyị n'iyi Biafra bụ onyinye nke gị nke ị na mmadụ dị ndụ anyị ga-ewere ya nna nke igwe were ya fee ego ofufe n'ụzọ pụrụ iche ihe anaghị eme anyị kwupụta nke eziokwu eze mgbe dị ngọzi wee na-ekwu ya na-ekwusi ike ndị na-anya onwe anyị bụ ụmụ Biafra bụ ụmụ Chineke ka anyị anaghị efe arụsị ụmụ gị ka anyị bụ n'ihi na onye ọbụla nsọ Biafra na-aza aha arụsị ọ bụ na anyị na-aza Chinedu anyị na-aza Amarachukwu ụmụ gị na-aza Ikechukwu ụmụ gị na-aza Chukwu na-enye ụzọ niile dị iche iche ka anyị si wee na-ebuli aha nsọ gị elu site na aha nke anyị na-aza anyị wee na-ekweghị nkwa na nke bere dị ngọzi n'ihu ụwa niile bụ ndị na-ege anyị ntị na anyị ga-ewere Biafra nna nke igwe wee guzo ya n'elu iwu iri nke nyere nna nke bere dị ngọzi n'ihi na onwe mgbe ụmụ bụ ndị Izrel na mkpagbu n'obodo Ijipt iwe zie ozi wee sị na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke na-akụzi Chineke ndị agha na ha ndị dị achụ abụ ụmụ gị ha ga-enwe uche ọzọ wee tinyere gị ha ga-akpụ isi ala wee nye arụsị ọbụla n'ihi na gị onwe gị bụ Chineke na dị ngọzi ị chọrọ onye ọbụla ga-enye aka n'aka n'ihu ị na-eweta atamahụ ndị isi niile ruo ọgbọ ha katọ na ọnọdụ bụ ndị kpọrọ gị asị mana ịhụ anyị na-adịgide n'isi ndị ire ruo ọkpụ na iri bụ ndị dị etu a bụ ezinụlọ dị nwere iwu gị isi anyị jikwala ha nsọ ya ha aka n'ihi na gị onwe gị bụ onye nwe anyị na Chineke na-adị ngọzi na ị gaghị agbaghara ka ha bụ ndị ji ahụ ewe n'ala ya n'iyi isi anyị ji tụpụta anyị izo ma doo ya nsọ n'abalị isii Kamada didn't do mortgage when I was for job than nobody did more than or blood and one is no line or in a balisi, that Germany Bonnie wine to a million low. Nemo coach in my blank cast with speaker. Over yam lead you a gozu, but a son, name is Okama, told answer. Is that you can running uncle? Is that you more when massive and back one need you candidate to wear no none of you can abonyan when they don't use it. Come again a break with looking in one. Can you want to the mamma to you? He said, Mamma, we now proceed to unveil the truth this very day. That the world may know, because the zoo is crumbling. It has crumbled already. What happened in Ghana yesterday is just confirmation. Because this very year, the zoo will be decimated beyond human comprehension or recognition. Never again will the zoo exist. It's gone. We have not done anything. We have not commenced our march. We have not confronted the Janjaweed terrorists who are in our forests and in our farms. We have not gone out to meet those who are killing us. Yet the zoo is unraveling before our eyes. As always, I will endeavor to wrap every of our discussion this evening around a very common theme, and that theme is that out of, should I say, a habit of treachery or a lifetime of betrayal, you fail to recognize the importance of the time that we are living in, then may the good Lord have mercy upon you. I need to understand this very clearly. Because as I say always, we are a highly religious, I say godly people, let me put it that way. Some have turned it into modern day religiosity. What I want to make you understand this very evening is this: that every problem afflicting us as a people, as a race, is our own making. Every difficulty that we Biafrans are undergoing right now is our own making. And we trace it back to one common, or should I say, a simple denominator. And that denominator is slavery, kidnapping in modern parlance, and slavery, which the whole world is now running around trying to atone for. Before we came on air, we understand that the Church of England, of all places, Anglican Church, was involved in slavery. I will tell you the truth. And quite frankly, I don't give a damn if you like it. If you don't like it, go and do your research. Also, the Bank of England said they are apologizing for their role in slavery. And I want to tell you why we are in this mess we are in today. Those of you who are very close to your scriptures, those of you that have the Bible or even the Quran with you, I want you to go to the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 16. Exodus 21, 16. That is the genesis of our problem as a race. This suffering we are suffering today, if you go back to the Holy Book, if you go back to the Bible, it is there. That was the beginning of our problem. Everything afflicting black people in America, every pain, every shame, every dishonor, you can trace it back to this in the book of Exodus 21, 16. And before we proceed any further, you will also understand that every time we say we are in the land of Egypt, that the zoo called Nigeria is the land of Egypt. And I encourage you, if they kick you out of my page, We are on YouTube. You can go to Radio Biafra page as well. Because I know they will do the best they can to suppress us. That's what they will do. But the world is listening. After this program, by the end of this program, nearly 2 million people would have listened to it live. 2 million will listen to it live. So that is why we are not bothered. That is why we are not concerned. That is why we will continue to do everything humanly possible to preach this very gospel of redemption. Exodus 21 verse 16. I want to let the whole world understand. I want to let the whole world know where our problems started from, that they may know the truth, and that truth will set them free. Once you commit this crime, once you commit this very crime, you must be punished. Your race will be punished. God will never ever forgive you until you are punished. I want to let the whole world understand that those of us who are the children of light, those of us that supply the bulk of slaves to South America, the Caribbean, and North America, the entire West Africa was more or less emptied. The most prized slaves are those that came from Biafra land. Go and check the books. You will see it and you would know. Do you know what the Bible says in Exodus 21:16? Very, very frightening about kidnapping your people and selling them. It says that he who kidnaps a man, whether he sells him as a slave, remember? Those who are bragging that they are slave traders, they are slave dealers. I want to let you understand the reason why Nigeria is in darkness this evening. More than any other place, Nigeria is dark itself. Then inside that darkness, there is a place that some people ignorantly refer to as Nigeria. I want you to know the reason why they are even suffering more than every other person in the zoo called Nigeria. It is in the Bible. As I told you before, Elohim gives us a message to give to the living, and it is my duty and solemn responsibility to pass that on. Listen carefully. He who kidnaps a man, whether he sells him as a slave or you keep that very person, a fellow human being, your brother or your sister, you will surely be put to death. If nobody can kill you, God in heaven will kill you, because those are his words. He that stealeth a man, or selleth him, or is found in his hands, he will surely be put to death. We cannot put ourselves to death because we sold our own people, first to the Arabs and then to Europeans. That is why God is today dealing with us. When they kill somebody, you campaign and you say Black Lives Matter, or Black Lives Matters. What you're saying is that I have sinned against God in heaven because we sold our own people as slaves. And why is Nigeria suffering more than any other place? I posted something last night. There is no tangible, meaningful development. It's because go and check in the coastal Nigeria. That's not the name. The name is the coastal region of Biafra land. Go to the coastal region of Biafra land and see for yourselves. The people suffering most from the coastal region of Biafra land were the hotbeds of slave trade. Something that God in heaven is against. Not just there. I want you to also go to the book of Deuteronomy 24/7. To the book of Deuteronomy 24/7. If you go there, you will see what is happening. If you go there, you will understand what is happening. And the reason why we should be kidnapping people, because once you do that, once you kidnap somebody, you are bringing a curse not just upon yourself and your family, you're bringing a curse on the generation as well. That is why it is absolutely critical that in the next coming weeks and months, When we come to confront the enemies who are within, the Janjaweed that have come from all over the Sahel to take over our land, that we understand this. It is the cardinal rule. It is the cardinal principle that can never, ever, ever be breached. Because black people sold their own kind, that is why the world is treating them like the animals that some of them are. That is why the world is treating them like the animals that some of them are. If you go back to the book of Genesis, I am sorry to dwell on this, but it is very, very critical you understand it. If you go back to the book of Genesis, why did Israelites suffer in Egypt? Was because the house of Jacob, they sold their brother Joseph. The same thing that God himself was against was what they did. They sold him to the Ishmaelite merchants. The same thing that we did in the land of Biafra. The same thing that we did selling our own people, our own kind, first to Arabs and then to Europeans. And you expect God to love you. It's impossible. You must pay for it. And that punishment is what we're in right now. That was why Elohim in his infinite mercy and kindness decided to. Isn't it very funny that the same people that we our people to they come back, they conquered us. And they gave us their religion. Very, very sad indeed. Do you see how the punishment goes? The same thing that happened to the temple in Israel. When they started to worship idol, God went and brought all those nations that they were worshiping their idols to come and conquer Israel one after the other and sack them. And on the pain of death, threatened never ever to worship God in truth and honesty anymore. Until they spent over 2,000 years in exile. Millions dead before they cried, and God heard their cry and decided to deliver them in 1948. This is why you're looking at into existence again in 1948, since the time of Christ, only 1948. Less than 100 years ago. This is what I've been hearing about. Never existed for over 2,000 years. It only came into existence only in 1948, less than 100 years ago. And that is the understanding I want all of you to have as we delve into the main substance of our gospel this very evening. Have you ever asked yourself why is it that people who you are more educated than, more enlightened than, are controlling you? Have you ever asked that question? Why is it that some of you never pause to even think nor ponder the absurdity that people that drive cattle from place to place, they are not very fluid in their own language. They cannot communicate very well in the lingua franca, which is English language. They are in control of your lives. Have you ever wondered why? Do you know why the British gave power over to the Janjaweed, the Caliphate? All are in the design of God in heaven to punish you for the things that you have done. But now that we have atoned consistently for nearly 7 years, you are about to witness the might and the glory of God this very year upon the lives of his children. That when Biafra comes, you will know to worship God forever and ever. This year. You just watch and see. Because in the zoo, the cut of mark is out. I want to start with this. The cut of mark is out. And can you believe that in Abia, you need to score 180 if you're a male, 180 if you're a female, to qualify to go to a unity school, which is a federal government secondary school. Now, this is one Nigeria for you. What is paining me is not that the Janjaweeds are doing this and the Yorubas are supporting them. What is actually getting me angry is that our people, after seeing this level of entrenched injustice, year in, year out, month in, month out, somebody will still have the temerity to stand up and say, we want a restructured Nigeria, we want to be in Nigeria. I want you to understand the level of Oh my goodness, idiocy in the brains of these people that open their mouth to talk about one Nigeria. And we are all going to ask the question this evening. Can you tell me the reason why Abia State, the reason why Enugu State is 134? Why Imo State is 138? Why is it that in Osun State is 127? In Ondo State is 126? In Ogun is 131? Whereas in Taraba, in Yobe, you need to score 3 or 2. You went into an exam hall with your fellow countryman or countrywoman, and you wrote the same exams, and you came out, and the examiners are telling you that if you come from Yobe State, if you come from Zamfara, if you come from Taraba, if you come from Sokoto, the only thing you need to score is 9 to be considered as somebody who have now passed that very exams. And for their females, it's slightly higher, because in Sokoto, apparently, the women go to school more than the men. Only 13. If you score 13, you qualify. After going to unity school, having scored only 2 marks. 2 marks means in Yobe State, once you go to the examination hall, you write your name. You come out, you have passed. Whereas in other places, in Ogun State, in Kwara State, for instance, in Enugu, in Ebonyi, in Delta, you must score over 110 to be considered. So someone walks into an examination hall and writes his name from Yobe. They come out and they are now qualified to go to unity school. And you are in one Nigeria. Now, my concern is this. Are you telling me that your pastors are not saying this? Are you telling me that those that claim they are part of this Let's Keep Nigeria One, are they not seeing this injustice? Those that came out to protest for Black Lives Matter, don't they see this? Those that claim they have NGOs and fighting for equality, don't they see this? I'm asking, don't the British High Commissioner see this? Don't the US ambassador understand what is going on? Are you telling me that the German ambassador is unaware of what is happening? Are you telling me that all the missions of every civilized nation to the zoo called Nigeria, are you telling me that they are not aware of this very broad daylight, blatant discrimination? Now I'm asking you, those that want us to be part of one Nigeria, on what basis, therefore, are you asking me to be part of one Nigeria? On what basis? This is why a lot of our men spend their time gossiping. They don't attack the issues that matter. I want to ask every senator, every House of Rep member, in which country of this world do you have not those but 3 standards? One standard for Yobe, for Taraba, for Sokoto, for Zamfara, for Abuja, for Katsina, for Kanu, for Kaduna, for Jigawa, and a different one for those in Imo, Abia, Cross River, Ocean. I ask you, therefore, based on what is happening, these are our children, those going to secondary schools. These are little children, the ages of 10 and 11. So, from that very age, you are telling them that they do not matter, that they have to aspire not to be excellent, but to be mediocre. Because if there is no incentive, if somebody who scores only 2 marks from you can go to unity school, then what is the incentive for studying to score over 130 or 134, as the case may be, for Enugu and Imo? Just explain that to me. You have senators, you have lawmakers, you have those championing one Nigeria, saying Nigeria used to be great, to be great. How can it be great? How can you subscribe to be in a society where somebody from somewhere, because they are janjaweed, they don't go to school, they sniff glue from morning till night, they move cattle from place to place, they only score 2. All they need to remember when they go into the exam hall is their name, and they have passed. Is that very fair? Is that how to run any country? And why are those who should be speaking out not speaking out? There are a rented mob of, should I say, unemployed and slightly educated fools in Abuja. You know what I always write and petition. If you see their shirts, they always have blue pen, red pen, and black pen. They, you know, that plastic beak. They light it up. That's their petition writers. That's what they do. Hawking, let's say, their ERAT services to anybody who is willing to pay them top money. Do you see what they have done to you? Your own children have to score higher, and they want to be president. So you're telling me that somebody who is half educated, who can barely mention his name, is worthy to be president after president after president of a construction, where those who are educated from the South just sit on the sidelines and just watch. And you're telling me that everything is right about this Nigeria. I want to ask the British High Commissioner, because they were the ones in this mess. Are you telling me you're not aware of this? That is why we are going to write to each and every one of them, to remind them, at least to inform them, that they are in a place where if this were to happen in the USA, the riots will not end. Were this to happen in the UK, the riots will never end. Were this to happen anywhere in Europe, you will have all commentators, all columnists writing and talking about it from morning till night. Why are you doing something in the zoo called Nigeria? Why not, I ask you? These are the things to ponder. These are the things that you need to consider, because it's very, very upsetting. Very, very upsetting. And that is why the zoo must fall. That is why the zoo must fall. People prefer to live on lies and deception. You know what is happening every blessed day. There is something I'm going to play for each and every one of you to listen to tonight. What is happening inside the zoo? You know these things very well. Your bishops, they know. Your pastors, they know. Your reverend fathers, they know. Everybody is aware. Your politicians, they know. Your elders, they know. But they have all kept quiet. Why is it difficult for average Nigerians to confront evil and say that it's bad? All they care about is tithe and offering, every blessed week, impunity is happening. They never come to the congregation and they say to them, "Oh, my children, how come you scored over 100? You can't go to school." There's somebody who only scored 2. Anyway, is going to school. I ask these pastors, do you at all look at congregation and ask them these questions? Are you telling me that as a so-called a House of Reps, House of Assembly, local government chairman, a council, are you not aware of this entrenched injustice? And I'm asking every Nigerian, tell me where else in the world such travesty will be allowed to stand. Show me where. You can't, can you? But you want me to be part of Nigeria? This is why you never work. Because all of you are hypocrites. You are all hypocrites. Now listen. The injustice did not stop there. Everybody is there now watching as violent Islam jihad is coming. Sweeping and killing people every blessed day. Cutting off our hearts and putting in place. There was no outrage. There was no shock. Because a Biafran woman was killed. Her leg, her right leg cut off. Her left leg cut off. Her head cut off. Her neck severed. Her hands cut off. I don't see anybody complaining in America. I don't see anybody complaining in Britain. I don't see any diplomatic frenzy. That woman belongs to somebody. Has a father and a mother, maybe children, who knows? Nobody cares, nobody wants to know. And after seeing all of that, somebody is telling me about one Nigeria. That is where I begin to, that is why I get upset with most of them. That is why I insult them. That means you're very cold, you're callous, you are evil. You want me to belong to a country where somebody can wake up one morning and decide to kill me for no reason, and that person will just go scot-free. In most instances, he or she will get paid for it because they are following. And that is the country you want me to belong to. Let us hear them to show you how evil the zoo is. Listen, please. Listen.
Mr. Secretary, can you hear me?
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so the call by the governor, the government stopped the influx of herdsmen from the country. Now, remember this.
A governor is calling for a stop to the influx of herdsmen, and I've said this thing repeatedly. Can anybody then tell me why the southern borders are closed? You have politicians in the south, so that is to tell you that every politician you have in the southern part of the zoo of Nigeria is in the pockets of the Fulanis in the north. And that is punishment from God. Because as we were selling slaves, so we are the Yoruba also. The name is actually Duduwa, comes later, not Yoruba. Duduwa also selling their own slaves. Those that were selling their slaves. Badagry. Big time, selling slaves big time. That is why you see how God punishes people who go against him. Slavery is evil. Before other people around the world begin to atone for their role in slavery operation, Africans must first apologize to black Americans for selling them as slaves. We sold our people. A white man did not just wake up one morning and come having us. No. We were the ones, and this is the result of it. The same rubbish is continuing today. Those of them in the northern part of the zoo, they opened their borders from Sokoto to Meduguri. Everybody can come into Nigeria. Go to Agatu, and kill them. El Rufai will protect you. If this is one Nigeria you want me to belong to, but in the south the borders are closed. And you're telling me that your so-called southern elders are that they are normal? You want me to respect them? They are there, and this level of impunity is going on. And they kept quiet. And you want to because of one Nigeria. Do you see how foolish you are? Those of you idiots from the south claiming that you want to be part of one Nigeria. When will you develop brain and be able to reason? Why did they close the borders in the south, but open the ones in the north? Why? You don't ask questions. You don't in your life ask any questions. Nothing whatsoever. Because your brains are empty. All you care about is allocation. Or we have to steal money. Or which politician to carry back for. After 4 years, who knows? You might start from TC, transition channel of the government, and from there you make your own as well. You move your families abroad. You buy a fancy mansion in the USA. And you're traveling and coming back. And that's it. That's the one Nigeria. That is your lot in life. Because you're a southern politician. You have been programmed to destroy your own people. Especially in Biafra land. Our own politicians, by the likes of all the rest designed to destroy your race. That's all you do. Destroy your own people. Hear them from the north. Hear them very well. Hear them.
Decision has happened before as to what to do with that movement within the country. So it's one thing to stop from another country. Should this be extended to movements within the country? And if that happens, what happens when they say, look, we've got right to move around?
Those with the right to move around are the cattle headers, the Fulani. You are telling me anywhere in the world are people normal? People are rioting all over the world because of the death of one black man in America. One black man was killed and the whole place is going up in flames. Do you know that a Biafran, an Igbo woman was killed, her body parts cut into pieces and scattered in a farm? Not one single protest. All those writing their long, useless grammar, I was waiting for them. Not one single protest. I said not one. That is to show you how subdued we have become as a people. Now, You're telling me in a country where you claim that foreigners are coming to kill you in your own land, and it is being discussed as if it is they've just gone to a party somewhere. Just so flippantly. Oh, if you cross the borders in the north, how about those moving? I said they have right. People are discussing the death of fellow human beings as if it is just nothing. As if they've just squashed a tiny mosquito somewhere in their room. Can you believe that? These are the things that when I think about it, and a black man, I begin to go crazy. I don't understand people. You'll be shocked. Listen.
Yeah, the call, like I said, the call by the governor to stop the influx of the herdsmen across Nigeria is a very excellent call. But it should go further than that. And I don't know whether that call, whether the government is together, whether the state governors are in tune with the presidency, or each one of them is doing in his own state. But one thing I know is that I have already said this here, that there are hundreds of thousands of these killer herdsmen, which the governor has confirmed that they are, when they come in, they are heavily armed.
This is a proof that you have no president, you have no vice, you have nobody in power. I don't know how else to explain it to black people to understand it. That was why the Zoo High Commission, their embassy in Ghana was pushed. The president, how can you demolish? Do you know what the meaning of an embassy? From what they are discussing. That is, the men are coming in and killing you. The likes of El Rufai are arming and providing, should I say, political and military cover for these killers to come in to take over our land, to make the that you have right now the home of Fulanis across the Sahel. That is their game plan. You know it and I know it. Now the question is, what are you doing about it? We know what we are doing. All of you talking about one Nigeria. I want to ask you, is it the education system? Is it which aspect of life is salvageable in Nigeria? I said, which aspect is salvageable? Which aspect is salvageable? There is none. Killers are coming into your country, and this man that is being interviewed by channels is saying, presidency. Man Buhari, you say, oh, his insurgency. His insurgency will come. He's a hard man. He's a general. Where is he? Have you seen how cleverly channels no longer talk about Buhari? Oh, that is the president. He's now presidency. After all these pointers, what again is stopping people from understanding that you have no president? Do you know the meaning of an embassy? An embassy is a foreign land. Let me not use an abstract explanation. Anytime you go to the U.S. embassy or their consulate in Abuja or their consulate in Lagos, once you walk to their premises, you are on U.S. soil. Nigerian government cannot come there to look for you. Remember Chile when Assange ran the Chilean embassy in London? The go there to arrest him? No. Did the army go there? No. Because that piece of territory is Chile. You can't go in there. International diplomatic protocol. Now, once you invade an embassy, it's tantamount to the violation of that country's sovereignty. That is how it is. For the embassy not to be invaded, it was demolished. The Zoo Commission in Accra was demolished. You have not heard anything from the president of a country whose land was invaded. What's that? This is why I'm angry with all these fake battles that are fixated on tithes and offering. Do you see the reason why? Tell me why a country, if you ask me, go and invade the U.S. embassy in Abuja. Trump, as you're invading, the president will be talking immediately. Go and try it anywhere in the world. But you're telling me that the embassy embassy of Nigeria was there was no president. Absolutely none. None whatsoever. Headsmen are coming. Do you understand my anger against these people? This is what I'm talking about, the brain of a black man, inability to discern, to reason, to think. People don't even know about what an embassy is. They don't know the city of an embassy. They don't understand it. You think it's just so you go and get visa and you travel. There you go and get your passport renewed. Do you know an embassy? That piece of embassy in who are these people, for goodness sake? Who are they? What sort of human beings are these? They don't think, they don't reason. These are the people in the zoo we're talking about, and that is why we must lead to as imminently as possible, because some people don't listen anymore. Like the Janjaweed. Why they are calling, I have no idea. Why they are calling, I have no idea. But they will call. They will call. That is who they are. That is the way we listen. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by that caller. Because they will be calling when the lines are not open yet. Why would they be calling? Do you see the reason why blacks are in a mess? Do you now understand it? Why we are in a mess? Do you see the reason why? Because every ambassador in the zoo has been bribed. UK, US, Germany, all they are there for is how much they can loot. As politicians are looting, so are they looting as well. Since you want to destroy yourselves, help you destroy yourselves. That's what they're doing. Do you now understand it? Do you understand it now? The mess that people are in. The building block for every society, so to speak, is fairness and fairness. What is the fairness in having different scores of marks? Not just maybe 10 or 15 or 20. I have to get 134 from you to go to school. But somebody that is a Janjaweed from the north will need to score 2. And when you have them as president, as finance minister, as the head of strategy and finance, as the head of budget, you want to move forward, to be like Singapore, to be maybe like India, to be growing. Are you not insane? Because from their education, you shall know them. I have said it before, and I'm going to say it, that the reason why we are so messed up the way we are is because we are in darkness. Some of you are in darkness. I was born in Biafran. Some of you are born into darkness. So, and we are the light of the world. I say it because every Abrahamic faith that you have, the 3 great religions of the world, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, everybody alludes to the fact that God is light. I said everybody. From the Old Testament to the Quran, everybody alludes that God is light. You come from a place called darkness, and you want your lives to be better. How can it be better? In the book of Isaiah 60, 19 to 20, says this there very clearly, that Elohim Chukwukabema will be your everlasting light, and your days of sorrow will come. We know what we are doing. Sometimes, if you don't understand it, say you don't understand. Is it the book of Psalm 97:11, that the light shines on the righteous, and joy on the upright? Everything is about light. Everything is about light. It is everywhere. All the way to the book of John 1:15, Ecclesiastes 11:7, everywhere is written with what light represents. Light is in darkness, and darkness can never overcome it. We are light. We Biafrans, we are light. And as the name implies, Nigeria, which means a darkened black territory, can never ever prevail over us. You see where we anchor our agitation on the promise of God. When I say we are anchoring our agitation, people don't understand it. They think we are being too religious now. I studied the Old Testament that underpins Judaism, New Testament that underpins Christianity. I even went to Quran. You know, I'm studying Quran, and I found the same thing. And I can tell it to you. The place we found in the Quran is Surah An-Nur 24:35. Surah S-U-R-A-H and A-N. No, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. That God is light. Do you see what we call ourselves in Chineke? They know who we are. That we are the children of light. Do you understand it? Because this Surah An-Nur 24-35 says, God is, I'm now quoting Quran for you so you understand it. Because we are scholars, we read. I'm quoting Quran for you so you know. God is the light of the heavens and the earth. The example of his light is like a niche, wherein is a lamp. The lamp is in a crystal, and the crystal shining as if it is like a pearl, like a radiant star, lit from the oil of the olive tree that is neither of the east nor of the west. People don't know the meaning of it. Light in here that we answer in our villages, you have no idea. I'm telling you that every major religion in the world recognizes who you are, but you don't know who you are. That is why you're subjecting yourself to a construction built by a man, built by the hands of a man. Look at children of God. Instead of you to submit yourself to the creation of the Almighty, you're submitting yourself to the creation of a mortal. Very shameful and very successful. But we are here to correct you. And as a result of that, you remain in mourning. That is why we have been suffering from the ban. They keep shrinking us. They have not struck us so much that if you ask a typical idiot in Abuja, where is the southeast? Igbo land, the southeast. The 5 states. Because of that pain and suffering that we are undergoing, that was why Elohim Chukokika Biama made us blind. We have forgotten there are Igbo people in Kogi. We forgot there are Igbo people in Benue. We forgot there are Igbo people in Cross River. We forgot there are Igbo people in Akwa Ibom. We forgot there are Igbo people in Bayelsa. Yes, Bayelsa. Yes. We forgot they took Igbo people away from us in rivers. Took them away from us in Delta. Took them away from us in Edo. Now, are you feeling? Because we have become blind. We no longer seek the face of God Almighty in heaven. As our name says, I say what I say because of what our name says is who we are. Onyinye Chineke. Onyinye. That is our name. That is our own name that God gave to us, because we represent the light. The name is everywhere. All the way from Anambra, which is the capital of Igbo land, all the way, every part you have in here. Everybody answers light in here, light everywhere. And then you come, you cocoon yourself in darkness, that is the zoo, and you want God to bless you. God cannot bless you in Nigeria. It's not possible. It is impossible. If you like, remain in Nigeria for 1 trillion years, God will never ever bless a Biafran. Individually, you may be rich, maybe like you may be Ibeto or Innocent or whatever. You may be boy to Janjaweed, and they give you something and allow your business to thrive. But the road that leads to your village will be a death trap. You will encounter armed robbery. You will encounter civil strife. You will encounter pain. You will see suffering on the faces of those that will come to your house every morning. Your life will never be complete if you don't know. Now listen to what is happening to us. There is no lockdown in the north. No lockdown in the north. In Biafra, they said we should lock down. We should go indoors and stay indoors and lock down. Yes? And me tell you what's happening as a result of that. Let me tell you what's happening as a result of that. Listen carefully. Listen. She's speaking in and of course dialect. They say it at home. So everybody's at home now, as usual. Now look at how we are being dealt with, how we are being punished. To tell you that the hand of God is in what is happening to us. I'm being honest with you. People who are not in the spirit cannot understand what we're saying. You can never ever understand what we are saying. Because we are now preaching the truth. That is why every force of darkness have now come to fight us. Including Facebook. And I want it to be posted. Where Facebook openly wrote to me and said, we disagree with this your post that you made. We are limiting, which means suppressing the number of people that will see it. And that's exactly what I'm doing today. And who are those doing it? Yoruba people working for Facebook. Black people doing this. Do you now understand the mess? The heart of a black man is evil. Oh, you're elevating whites and talking down on black people. But all the evil happening is from black people. The people suppressing not just mine, every active IPOB family member on social media on Facebook, his or her account is being suppressed. Have you asked yourself why? And those who are doing it. Do you think Zuckerberg in California doing it now? They got a contract from Nigeria. They hired people to put them in it. The same way they hired people to be managing BBC for them. They had the program manager for BBC, all funny people. Are you aware of that? Our enemies are plentiful, but we are going to prevail. I'm telling you without any doubt. We have prevailed already. I say without any doubt, we have prevailed. What they don't know is that Facebook control YouTube, we are there streaming live. They don't control the FMs in Biafra land, we are there live. They don't control the satellites, we are satellites live. They cannot tell tuning what to do. They cannot tell Sweet Radio what to do. They cannot tell Simple Radio what to do. They cannot tell Garden Radio what to do. In all these platforms, people are listening to us. That's the kind of Elohim. That's how it works. Let us listen to our mother. Biafran governors are saying, don't go out. Oh. If you come out, we'll kill you. Meanwhile, coming from the north. Let's listen to our mother. From Ongwa. I will interpret for you, please. Just listen to her. Yes, ma'am. They brought their... All our farms are finished.
Okay.
In our own land, our mothers go to the farm. They say, if you come close, we'll rape you and we'll kill you. In our own land, they brought their light. While the governors are saying, sit at home, lock in, stay at home. Our farms are now fertile grounds for rape and murder, destruction of farm produce in our own land, in the land of the rising sun, the very center of this universe. I'll say universe, I'll say the earth. Can you believe that? These are governors. These are so-called political leaders. They push themselves elite. Do you see what they're doing to you? Do you see why they hate IPOB? Do you see why they don't want us to survive? Because we tell the truth. These are our mother. Who will hear her voice if not for us? Who will hear the voice of this woman if not for us? Let's listen. They into our farms. They basically destroyed the farm produce, fed it to their cattle, and said to our mothers, if you come, we'll kill you. Listen. They have guns. They have guns and knives. Our mothers can no longer go to the farm. As I told you, in the year 2013, I warned you. I said, a time will come, they will rape your daughters. Your mother will be afraid to go outside. I told you in 2013, I warned you. But you won't listen. You're doing one Nigeria. You say of one Nigeria. Want to be one Nigeria. You want to form a group, counter IPOB. So Have you seen your one Nigeria? Azikiwe, whatever the idiot is, have you seen the result of your one Nigeria? Have you seen the damage it has done to us? Psychologically, our mothers, because where we come from, our mothers don't go to the gym. They don't go to old people's home. They go to the farm. It's a form of exercise. They can no longer go to the farms. In our own land, in our own time, 2020. People are running about, I'm a Nigerian, I'm evil. This thing, the kind is doing with IPOB. Listen to our mother in the village. Because you're in Abuja, as an idiot, the idiot that you are, you're in Abuja, fooling yourselves. Fooling yourselves. As our mother in the village, afraid to go to the farm.
Okay.
They are dying of hunger. They can no longer go to the farm. These are our mothers. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? And people are doing, they are doing, and go for Houston. They are doing Igbo in America. They use Igbo village in America. That's what they have in the village. And their mothers, and they have no shame. They are not ashamed of themselves. And when white man looks at all these things that is happening, because you have no shame, that is why they treat you the way they treat you. You have no class and you have no shame. That's your mother in the village. And you're in America, you're in Europe, talking about one Nigeria. Let's move the country. Let us try and move the country forward and see what happens. You're busy speaking English you don't even understand. Whereas in the village, your mothers cannot go to the farm. And you're not ashamed of yourself. You're not ashamed. That is why I preach this gospel the way I do. If you look at the zoo called Nigeria, ask me why people are quiet. Tell me why your pastors, even those in Ongwa in Aba, tell me why you will not go and condemn this woman's experience. The pastor is interested in tithes. That handbag she's carrying, how much do you have it? Put it in my palm. Your plight doesn't concern them. So what you're doing is that you're witnessing wickedness on every side. From politicians, from your clergymen, from the traditional rulers. And when things are this way, the only way forward is an absolute overhaul of the system. A revolution. And that's what we're having. And what we will have. If they left the northern borders open, allow terrorists to come in and take over our land. And then we decide to go and confront them. You see BBC. You see BBC? That won't come. Us BBC will not come. You won't see BBC. Nothing, no, they won't come. But any day now, any day, you see what happened in Delta State. In Akwanam. You saw it. As soon as they are raping, the moment we go up to say enough is enough, channels was there the next minute they are don't move the Nigerians now live in the first. This is the reason why we said no to elections. Because we know the quality of politicians on display. We knew that a time like this would come that would require leadership, strong leadership. And we also know that it will fail. Have they not failed? Have they not failed, all of them? They have failed. To make matters worse, how they can open doors in the north and people are coming in is just beyond me. That's why the video I want to play for you. I want you to listen to what he has to say. Listen to him to what he has to say. And I say to you, if you are kicked off from my page, which they are doing, and may plenty, just of the apps listen. Or go to YouTube, we are listen. they think they can frustrate us, idiots. That's how we are. Listen carefully, please. Listen.
I went to from the Kwatarakwashi Kankara Funtua route. I saw Hausa youth in the road.
Full of Hausa youth. So anybody is united enough is what is talking about. Because what we are doing now, the Hausa youth, they have woken up. They have now seen what we saw many years ago. Hausa youth are now blocking the road. Hausa. But if you see all the atrocities being committed by terrorists, you will think, oh, it's Hausa Fulani. Do you see what I said? It is not Hausa Fulani, it's only Fulani that is on this man. Have you heard this man? He was speaking on the national TV, which is channels, APC television, telling them the truth. Hausa blocks the road against Fulani because they're fed up. You have some people who are supposedly in Abuja talking rubbish. That is one of us are running away. You can put your head in it. Sure. As Azikiwe did. Your mothers can no longer go to the farm. And you're ashamed of yourself. Listen.
When I asked what is this? And
how's that being killed? How's that people are being killed? How's that being killed? Are you listening? Government is not doing anything. Why? Because there is no government. That is why the government is not doing anything, because there is no power. Nobody is in office. Are you listening? Nobody is there. They bring down your embassy in Ghana. Nobody's talking. Foreigners are coming with AK-47 to kill you in stages. Nobody is talking. They kill, they rape, they dismember our people. Nobody's talking. And you're telling me you have a government? Now, it is now that I actually don't need. Let me tell you one thing. That is your pastors, your politicians, and they are all working hand in hand. Now they can no longer sell us as slaves. Believe me, if they had the opportunity to sell slaves, they will start all over again. Because they cannot sell us. The only thing left for them to do is to punish us as much as possible. To make our lives as miserable, as intolerable as possible. If I die, we can go and die. You're telling me that 40 years ago, even after the war, you come into into 6 pieces, scatter her bodies everywhere. Of course not. That is the sign of the times we're living. This is the era of this is the era of foreign politicians. This is the era of high tech. This is the era where caliphate have come out full force everywhere. And the man is saying, even are being killed. Now, why rise up and say to hell with this? Is a peaceful group. Everybody is peaceful. Everybody is Yoruba is Oduduwa is peaceful. Biafra is peaceful. How is it peaceful? How are they peaceful people? Ask yourself this question: who are the ones doing all these killings? This man is always Fulani. It's them. 2 marks to go to school. Only 2. Only to go to school. That will score 140. Has that ever happened before? Do you now understand what you're in? Do you understand the mess you're in? That is what we are trying. That is what we're doing. And we are trying to make you understand. We speak English, you don't understand. We speak, you don't understand. We speak Efik, you don't understand. How do you want us to explain this to you so you understand it? Your life is a mess. And it is your responsibility, your duty, your responsibility to do something about it. Now listen, please. Listen carefully.
Noticed that I talk to, they don't speak English. They don't speak Hausa. Because I said, came to me now. I said, may I say, why are you talking? That's the cake, so they can put up, she talk French, and they say, it's feeling comfortable. And as we talk, I found some of these people are from Mali, so from Mauritania. Now, what we are saying is,
Mali and Mauritania invading your land, coming to Abia State, going to Imo, going across Biafra land, Bayelsa, rivers, killing people at will. I have a president. I can't have. Hey, Nisioji, black people, you people are astonishing. You amaze me. You know, there is a level of stupidity that will exist. You start avoiding for your own good. When somebody says, I am a Nigerian, avoid that person for your own good. If somebody says, oh, we believe in one Nigeria, avoid that person for your own good. You're telling me that in a country of professors and lawyers and doctors and what I call backyard elite, people can come from Mauritania, from Mali, speaking laissez-passer Francais, I don't know what they call it. They can come into the zoo, travel all the way to Benue, go to Akatu and kill people because they are Fulani. So, in case you are wondering, those coming from Mali, and they're not just any, they are from Mali and from Mauritania. Fulani, they come into your land and they kill you. And on top, some idiot will come and tell you one Nigeria. And it's time we start stoning them all. It's time we start stoning them. And to make matters worse, there are places now in Katsina. AIT was reporting. Katsina villagers now pay monthly fees to bandits to evade attacks. Who call them bandits? Yoruba newspapers. Yoruba media. These are Fulani terrorists. They are not called bandits. They are terrorizing Hausa people in Katsina. Fulani bandits terrorizing Hausa people in Katsina. Why are they doing it? Because Hausas were foolish enough to allow them to come into their land 200 years ago. And this is the result. The same thing that some idiots want us to do now. What we want is restructuring. What IPOB is doing is not good. All we want is restructuring. The restructuring is polity. Talking rubbish. Restructure so that sometime in the future, Anambra State will be like Katsina, where we'll now be paying the Fulani settlers in what's it called again? You know, Bunike? We're paying them now to maybe to go to stream to go and fetch water. You know, they're in the Bunike big time. They're there, camped big time. And some idiots in the USA when they're from Bunike, they are just in the USA eating hamburger, talking rubbish in America, whereas their village is gone. That's how foolish they are. How foolish they are. You know, that's something about us is that we don't see things or call things for what they are. Do you go for Bunike? Selling land and giving it to Fulani. So Fulani, Bunike is gone. Go there and fetch water, let's see. The same thing that the Hausas did. Ignorantly and stupidly allowed Fulanis to come in. Today, they are as useless as the zoo itself. They are now paying bandits to be able, they are paying Fulani terrorists to be able to go and look for something to eat. In Nigeria, with a president, with a vice, with a chief of army staff, are you not daft? Are you not? Why won't I speak to you anyhow? Because you behave like a fool. I want me to give you respect. How is that possible? I'm asking you. How is that possible? How? How? You're in a country with a president, and people are coming from Mali, from Mauritania to come and kill you, and you keep quiet. And you're a president? You people are jokers. Honestly, you are all jokers, all of you. Jokers all of you in the zoo. You are a complete and absolute mess. What some of you don't know, I'll keep saying it, is that some of your criminal pastors are working hand in hand with these equally corrupt politicians who are not only corrupt but very mediocre. They know how to do nothing. You don't have no light, no electricity, because they are evil, their mind, the same slave trade mentality. You know, a black man to sell, to make a fellow black man suffer is what they enjoy most. Black people. That is the truth. If not, why would we be selling each other? Why did we sell our people? Now we want everybody to apologize to Africans. That's rubbish. Africans are the ones selling their own people. Nobody needs to apologize to us. I'm being honest with you. That's nonsense. Apologize for what? It was blacks that sold black people. If anyone is to apologize, black people from Africa should apologize to blacks in South America and blacks in North America. That's how to do it. We are the ones that sold people. If there's no market, nobody buy anything. Now that all the supermarkets are shut, do you go to buy anything? But if they open it, you go there, you buy something. It was Africans that opened the shop to say, we have our wives and our children to sell. And the world came to buy them. As soon as they come and there's no one to buy, they take it by force. That's how it is. Just like the way you have looting everywhere. Isn't it? If you go to buy something in the shop and they say, oh, we're not going to sell to you, you loot the shop and you need something, you take it. That's how life is. Africans opened up their land to say, I have my uncles to sell. Some will say, oh, I want to sell my mother. I don't have, let me sell my mom. And they say that without conscience. I want God to love you. You must be insane. That is the truth. Africans should be apologizing to black Americans for slave trade. Leave Barclays alone and leave Church of England alone. If you have no market, they will not be coming to buy from you. That's the truth. I am going to release our inquiry lines again, please. So if you see anything going wrong where you are, I want all of you to go and tell your pastor, your reverend father, whoever, you are a man, tell them next week Sunday, they must speak out. If they don't know what to talk about, tell them what to talk about. They must speak out and tell them what is happening. They must speak out. There's nobody in Asorok. Once they do it, things will be better for everybody. If they fail to do it, don't give them no offering. No offering. No tithe, no offering. They must speak the truth. They have the microphone and they must speak the truth. You see them publish those pictures, please. See the pictures. They keep flooding. When Jubril was there, they were going to see Jubril. Bishops they know that boy is possible in 2015. They know it. Kind the word of God. Themselves. And I'm asking them, that boy you're going to see, is that Buhari? All these bishops going to Asorok, that boy is there. Of course, Jubril, he has now run away. The little, that comedian who is there now, that they gave a wife to last week, is that Buhari to you? That little boy is not even up to 25 years old. Is that Buhari to you? You're carrying the word of God, Bible. Some of you are carrying Quran. Come on to speak the truth. Because you don't want to speak the truth. And Buratai, not Buratai, who is there now? Maybe Ibrahim will send a Fulani hit squad in the army to come kill you. And nobody will enjoy your private jet. And you think we don't know? We know now. That is why you cannot speak the truth. And when I tell you the truth, you find it difficult to comprehend. Difficult to comprehend. The pictures are there. Those that tell you that Buhari is a Messiah because I pray 7 times a day. And every day I tell God Almighty, I want my own life this year. I don't want to do one. No, this year. And this is a time for work very hard. Do exactly as I tell you and you see what will happen. We must move to Twitter. You can see what Facebook is doing. We must move to Twitter. But they buy up Twitter as well. They've done this thing to us before. In Israel, they bought the company using a cover in America to buy it. And they terminated our contract. They took our contract as a result of that. They have now bribed Facebook. And the US is working in Facebook. I've been sounding this note of warning. Some of you don't want to hear. We must go to Twitter now. This year. We must go to Twitter to let the whole world know our story. If the world don't know, they have all the money, they have all the media, the Yoruba media is with them, because Yoruba is half Islam, half Christian. So Yoruba will always work with the Fulani. Anybody Yoruba will come and work with you is deceiving you. Yoruba will always work with Fulani forever and ever. That is the fact of life. And that very, very well, please. Please publish the numbers again on WhatsApp, please. WhatsApp only calls. Tell us what is happening in your congregation. Tell us why your pastor, tell us what your pastor said. You went to the pastor and said, Pastor, why don't you condemn the fact? And condemn the fact that there's nobody in Asra? And tell us what your pastor says. The numbers are there, please publish it. Publish the number, please, on my page, on my Facebook, please publish it. Somebody wrote very movingly that I should be very polite to people. I should say what I'm saying, but I shouldn't insult them. Better, Americans bought you as slaves. The Europeans bought you as slaves. The two great religions of the world bought you as slaves. Christianity bought you as slaves. That is the fact. You may want to deny it. Of course, the first slavery was sanctioned by the Pope. That is a fact. Go and do your research. I'm being a sentimental African buffoon who doesn't reason very well. Go and do your research. You'll understand it. The Pope gave his... In fact, go and Google it if you want. It was the Pope that gave authorization. There's nothing wrong with slavery. And I don't blame him. You had to... Some of you wanted to... You sold your mothers, you sold your fathers. Some of you came from lineage of slaves. Some of you in Abuja. And those of you petition writers with your pen, blue, red, and black. Looking for who to do boy for. I have something to write. I have an idea. Let me write. Maybe you use someone. So don't know that. Some of you don't know. Some of you don't know. That is why you are wallowing in ignorance. Because what I tell you is the truth. The truth you will not hear from anywhere else in the whole world. You can, nobody, the truth, nobody will dare tell you this very truth. I told America, I went to America, and I was you are every ambassador you send to Nigeria because they see the truth and they lie to the State Department. I told them in America, face to face, your ambassadors to Nigeria are corrupt. They were shocked and they were looking at me. You said, what's this man? I said, yes. Yes, 100%. Every ambassador from a major country going to Nigeria is a millionaire overnight. They buy their silence. If you go to the now, from Abuja to State House, from Abuja to the foreign, I don't know what is wrong with these mad people everywhere. They will not listen. They will not listen. And I'm going to turn this line off. Completely. For these people are mad, they're insane. They are insane, and I will block them. Never again will they be able to call this line. Never, these people are mad, they're insane. Unbelievable. So that is why Fulani are making a mess of their lives. I don't understand people. I don't understand them. I just don't understand them. And I will never understand them until Biafra comes. Perhaps they will not be able to call again. Forever and ever. That's how it goes. You're deliberately trying to disrupt the flow of this very gospel that we're preaching. Facebook is having a heart attack. Don't you know that? They're panicking, writing to me all the time. This page is about to be unpublished. We will unpublish it. We are suppressing people coming to your page. We will continue to suppress it. These are Yoruba, and Yorubas are the ones doing it. Yorubas are the ones doing it. Very, very sad indeed. Sad. That's how it is with black people. If you do you think we start selling each other today? It's from time. If there is no to buy like those from now it's now South. If there is like a Green Clark, if there is no you bought to sell to, let me sell you to Fulani. That's how they get their money. all those one. That is where they made their money. Of course, it took. Sorry, it's Ecuador. Assange is Ecuador, not Chile, please. It's Ecuador embassy, not Chile. Ecuador embassy. Thanks for the correction. Chile. It's Ecuador. He was taking refuge. That place he took refuge in Ecuador is that territory belongs to Ecuador. I remember, do you know Prince Philip, the man you have now, the husband to have Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II? He was born in the UK. And when he was about to be born, the Prince Philip of Yugoslavia was about to be born. The hospital where he was born was converted into a Yugoslavian embassy. Was declared Yugoslavian territory because he is not allowed, a future heir to the throne cannot be born outside Yugoslavia. Are you listening to me? The hospital was named, declared Yugoslavia, so that the child prince can be born there. So in the future he could have inherited his throne. That's how things are done. Every embassy is your home. If the police are pursuing you, you run an embassy, that's the end of it. They can't go in. Not Chile, please. I stand corrected. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much for that. Ecuador skipped my brain. Thank you very much. A lot of people are calling in to say, I don't want it. Don't call, please. No distraction. No distraction. And to tell you the mess you're in, which your pastors will never find out. Remember the man called Magu? Remember what I told them? A while ago, I told them, I just want to what is happening now is nothing. They are still calling Olisametu. And I told them, the more mess you'll be in. Now, the USA has an investigation into Funtua. And now, Magu is in trouble as well. And I remember telling you live that Magu of EFCC is a thief. I said, my justification for calling for the release of all these Okala and Olisametu is because those that claim that they are thieves themselves. I told you live on air here. And now what happened? Mami is now writing to the presidency because nobody's there. Nobody can remove Magu now. How can I remove him? He says that, listen to this. The Attorney General of the Federation of Justice, Mr. Mubarak, has recommended to whoever they are, I don't know who the person is, to sack Magu of EFCC. What did Magu do? He was diverting funds, which means looting. The loot, and also insubordination. EFCC, a Fulani man, is a thief, is a criminal, he's a robber. But he put Olisametu in jail. Put Ojus Okalu in jail. Thankfully, Ojus Okalu is out. This is only the beginning. Except for this, by the time we are done with the Fulani Emirates, none of you will go to the US again. All the that will be frozen. And that is the word that Trump signed. You don't know what it means. Some of you don't, because of course we don't read. How do we know? We don't read. Tomorrow somebody will tell me, oh, you're trying to value Caucasians over black people because we have failed to reason. And because we have failed to reason, there is no way I'm going to support evil. It's not possible. And when you are in a country where somebody who scores 2 out of 150, they score you, and they are made president. Somebody who scored 138, they say you are part of the 5%, you will not even appoint you, will not even consider you. And you're in that country. How do you want me to describe you? How, I ask you, how do you want me to describe you? That the list has come out. You be in Southern Sudan. I say yes, so may we be in Southern Sudan because today Southern Sudan is the fastest growing economy in all of Africa. The fastest growing economy in Africa. The fastest growing economy in Africa is South Sudan. Because they are free from the Janjaweed of the north. And you're telling about what we want is a restructured Nigeria. Oh, we are people, rubbish. Nonsense. We are going. Elohim Chukwu has broken the zoo. What else do you want God to do? Do a miracle and Biafra independence will be there. I've given an example with Jericho. Elohim said, just walk around. That's all. I'm asking you, you're not going to walk around that rock 7 times, so 2 feet, no? Go to Twitter. We need millions of people on Twitter. And then you see how we're going to collapse just overnight. Because there's nobody there. There is nobody there. There is no Sibajo. There is nobody there. You do as you like. Don't you know that? End of the zoo. The people in Nigeria are Yoruba Muslims who are intimidating the Christians to align with their fellow brotherhood in the north. We have a pig somewhere, with his snout in the trough, a pig. Yes, you are here. That's all. So Biafra land is we are on our own. We have some that is true. We have as a treacherous group of how can I describe them? I have no words to describe them. The day that evil will bear for all to see that these men don't deserve to live. I'm telling you the truth. Because of them, that is why when your mother goes to the farm, they rape her. Your mother won't tell you that she's been raped. If our mothers tell us what they encounter in the farms every blessed day, then you will know. I understand that very well. South Sudan, number 1. Rwanda, number 2. Ivory Coast, number 3. Cote d'Ivoire, number 3. Number 4 is Ethiopia. Number 5 is Senegal. 6 is Benin Republic. 7 is Uganda. 8 is Kenya. 9 is Mozambique. 10 is Niger. Okay, 11. There is no zoo. A Fulani woman that went to school with only 2 is in charge of your finance. And you want to be considered a developing country, you are insane. It's not no president either. Your pastor will not tell you this because let me tell you the truth. No amount of fire can give you a job. The world is not like that. No amount of Holy Ghost fire or quoting of the Bible can give you accommodation. You can stand on the road, that old road, and pray and I don't know, go down a mountain. That road will never be built. Pastors should tell you the truth. It is governments that creates the enabling environment that allows jobs to create. I will teach the zoo something. You see the railway building all over the zoo. Apart from that, I was the person that gave them the idea when I was at DSS. I gave them the idea to build railways. Me, Nnamdi Kanu, I told the Nigerian government to go and build railways. I told them they were wondering how they can get employment. I gave them the idea. But let me give you advice. Maybe there are 2 problems not able to understand or implement it. It is called, I've preached this before, political economy. Political economy is the marriage of economics. Now ask yourself, how did China become a major power in the whole world with so many instruments, billions of them? Are you telling me that all those people that transmitted from communism into capitalism overnight? Where did they get the capital from? That is the key thing as an entrepreneur. Where do you intend to get your initial capital from? In a country that is just emerging, what you need to do is you go through the phase of your development called the political economic phase, where the political aspirations match the economic potential of the very nation. You marry it together. In other words, you find government financing capital projects, and those capital projects are built by the companies in the very country so that the that is why in China you have Chinese firms, engineering firms, building skyscrapers, building roads, building bridges, building railways, building sewer systems. So the money stays within, unlike these where you graduate nearly 10,000 engineers every year. Beggar, a German firm, has a contract for life. Do you understand? So even your engineers do not have the opportunity to learn to improve on their skills. They end up driving ketchup. Do you see how we have turned life upside down? The meaning of life does no longer exist. It doesn't exist. That's how foolish we are. People are now beginning to realize that all is empty. Your daddy GOs, they know about this, but they will never ever utter any word. Because, believe it or not, some of these pastors, they depend on corruption. They fall Yoruba church will collapse. Do you know why? People will focus all their energy on the land for everybody. And once people realize that prayer and fasting cannot give you a job, prayer and fasting cannot give you a house, prayer and fasting cannot ever in your life give you a good road, they will abandon them. So for all these corrupt pastors to be relevant, they need corruption in Nigeria, and they need a broken system of in place. Logic. Because are you telling me, people will be busy if you don't today or you don't have to go to church. We'll be working 24 hours a day. We'll be working every day. We'll go to work, and then only then we realize that the knowledge of God is a personal encounter, not something about it's personal. Very, very personal. Why should the man of God destroyed? Why? And the president of the country affected hasn't said anything. What sort of human beings are you people? What sort of human beings are you people? What sort of human beings are you people? I don't understand it. I don't understand it, and I will never understand it until everybody begins to reason like a human being. Until we begin to reason like human beings. I'm telling you, we do not reason like human beings. We don't. I tell you, it's just very shameful. Somebody called me and said, please try to be kind. People that want to listen to you, they insult people a lot. His name is Victor, because I read every comment I do. It's Victor. He wrote and he said, Mazen, please, we want you to speak politically. We want you to be rude and insult tomorrow. He was writing. Remember that thousands of people are watching you. Thousands are watching you. Try to be polite. And And I made myself a promise to this man called Victor Linus for actually writing and said I will be polite. And before I came on air, they had killed a woman and other parts all over the place in Biafra land. Our mothers can no longer farm. The zoo in Ghana demolished. No speech from the president. No one saying anything. Instead of the president, you have the president. The head of the ECC indicted. Everybody can do as they wish. Why would we insult those who are already such intolerable behavior? That's what I'm asking. So you see, Victor Linus is not my fault. As long as we continue to be stupid and foolish, it is my duty to continue to call out our people. Because anything you do that is foolish, I will tell you. Because this is the reason why we are still undeveloped. There was something that I was shocked. I was shocked. It was yesterday, actually. Let me drink some water. I posted something about Papa black people. So, why is it all over the world? If we have people like is always black people. And then it came back to what I used to say all the time. The way we reason is flawed. That is number one. And number two, Africa is nothing to write home about. Black Africa is disgrace. As long as Black Africa is disgrace, Black people will continue to be disgraced all over the whole world. And Africa will remain in darkness until the light of Biafra is allowed, more or less. Until Biafra is switched on by the virtue of independence, Africa will continue to dwell in darkness. And every black person anywhere in the world is a fair game. Because even in Iraq, you believe that back in Iraq, there are black in Iraq as well. And they are suffering. I want it posted, please. The community, black people in Iraq, these are so they are black. Many are descendants of African slaves. We saw them also in Iraq, as I said before. Arabs came the bottles. Arabs came the bottles. Arabs came to buy us, brought this land to us. We sold hook, line, and sinker. And the blacks we are. The Europeans are taking us on the cheap. They give us the as compensation. That is why today you have a community of black people, descendants of slaves. They are in Iraq, and they said, what happened to Floyd George Floyd has taught them a lesson that they too are suffering in Iraq. Iraq voices. How did they get there? Through slavery. And who sold them? The black people in Africa. And one of you. Sometimes you're wasting your time. What God wants you to do, you have not done it. True repentance can only come by setting the God free. Until that comes, your body will never speak out against the evil happening. Because he is the direct beneficiary. He is beneficiary in Nigeria. How do you have churches? How? People go because they are suffering. People are in pain. There is hunger and poverty. You have to go somewhere to look for a miracle. When you look for a miracle, then only then clarity of mind and a sense of purpose. You do everything. You don't give that so that tomorrow you have food tomorrow. You they don't preach salvation. They preach prosperity. That God will multiply, I'll give you all the riches. And they are flying in their private airplanes. And you even go to the farm to go and have to sell to you give them the money. They say all this nothing. I am saying it now, saying it. We for our role in slavery. We started I must apologize, not Europeans or Americans. So we have life. I've shown it to you in the book of Exodus. The day we people through the coastal of Biafra land, your land, telling them that was the day that God said bye to Africa. That you people in the history of humanity to compromise the sale of your own people. In the history of the whole world. I want to against the word of God. I want God. I think you're no God. That the God you worship you have no idea who he is. He gave you a commandment. Do not sell anybody. If you sell, your punishment today for to Arabs and to Europeans, and you still have the ability to get up and to say that's to you repented in Africa. You that sold them from Africa, have you repented? Have you repented yourself? You have not. The only reason why you're not selling us now is because there is sold in Libya. Where is this your righteous indignation? How you're not morally outraged? This very second. What you done nothing, you done nothing. To go and pray and fast. So God will bless you as he blessed your neighbor without going to work. Let me tell you something. Let me grow this. That money you pay as tithe every week, go and invest in Lagos stock. Money there, and after you go back. And see, that is correct blessing. You will see it before your eyes. You will see God blessing you immediately. All the money you gave to your daddy GO to buy a jet, how did you benefit from it? All the money you gave to GO to buy private jet and build my, how did you benefit? The money you gave, we are fighting for Biafra and Biafra. That is what is getting you. The money you give to the GO, unless you're telling me that to get into the kingdom of heaven, you need to buy your way through. Is that it? Of course, the people are complaining that the Facebook is cracking. It will crack. It will crack. Let us stop let us please go to YouTube and you go to Biafra is stable. I don't know if Radio Biafra Live is stable. Radio Biafra is stable. I think it's stable. My page is on a tremendous attack. Heavy attack. We are going to come out of it and then restart it. Biafra is our religion. When they ask you, what is your religion, you tell them Biafra. Biafra is our religion. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship. And we worship the only one true living God. The God of Eri. The God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob. The same God that David worshipped. The same God that Jesus Christ worshipped. And might I also add, The same God that even Prophet Muhammad called Allah, indivisible, one God, and under whose command and grace we do all that we do. Let me repeat. Biafra is our religion. Here on radio, Biafra is where we worship, because Chukwu Kika Biama Prumi Henine Adonai. El Shaddai, Elohim, is our God. From me, from here, it is good evening.